I'm Genuine, and for the next 30 minutes, I'll be your host as we experience the joy of producing. I think each of us, sometime during our lives, has wanted to create a song. I think there's an artist hidden in the bottom of each and every one of us. And here, we want to show you how to bring that artist out, to put it on canvas, because you too can produce almighty tracks. You know, we've avoided making music for so long because I think all of our lives we've been told that we have to go to school for half of our life, maybe even be blessed by Beethoven at birth just to be able to create music. But here we want to show you that that's not true, that you too can produce a song right along with us. In fact, let me go ahead and show you how to create a simplified version of the song that you just heard at the beginning of this episode. And with that, let me tell you what, let's have them run all the samples across the screen that you'll need to produce this track along with me. And with that, you can also download all these samples that are included in the description of this video. With that, it also includes a template project file that you can use to follow along with me. And with that, you can also enjoy and experience the joy of producing. Let's go ahead and get started here. Let me show you what I have for you so far. I got my standard old 4x3 canvas here, and you can use any size canvas you want. I just have the good old standard 4x3 just for nostalgia's sake. And I'll be using FL Studio for this project. In the case that you don't have FL Studio, you can always follow along with a different DAW. I just use FL Studio because it's most comfortable for me. So you can use whatever is most comfortable for you. Now over here I have my standard old MIDI keyboard. Again, you can use any MIDI keyboard you want, but in the case that you don't have a MIDI keyboard, that's perfectly okay, because at least FL Studio, it comes with a very, very nice feature called typing keyboard to piano keyboard. So if I wanted to do this, I can also do the same thing with my keyboard. If I click on this little thing right here, watch what happens. Watch what happens to my keyboard. You can also play music with your keyboard, pun intended. So let's go ahead and get started here. Now that we have all of our tools set in stone, let's go ahead and, So at the very beginning of this track, what do we want? There's a solid piano at the very beginning. Let's go ahead and add that, shall we? So I already have FL Keys over here. Let's go ahead and right click on this. FL Keys is a piano plugin that we can use. So let's go ahead and use that. And now at the very beginning of the song, there was a very solid piano chord at the very beginning. Probably not the exact chord, but you get the idea. We can always put in the notes individually by hand and then play it. But I think it'd be way too slow for our work here, and especially because I only have 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and use the sample pack that you've downloaded at the beginning of this video. So let's go ahead, and I already have the bass line, the guitar, and the piano all ready and done for you. So let's go ahead and, I don't know, let's take the piano. Take it, drag and drop it. Gotta make that sound or else it don't work. And there you go. We have all the chords that we need just to make this song. Congratulations, you're now our producer. Let's go ahead and continue, shall we? Let's go ahead and take this, close it out, and let's go ahead and name this pattern. Let's go ahead and name it piano. Press enter, and now you're all set. Let's go ahead and take our little paintbrush here. Maybe in our world, look at that. Let's start here. Let's go ahead. Maybe it lives right here, just like that. And now we have something that's just a piano. Very nice. Let's give it a home. Let's name this track 1 its home. Let's name it piano. And while we're at it, I'm feeling like that. Let's name the other ones. Why not? Why not? Let's name this one guitar. Let's go ahead and name this one bass line. Bass line, just like that. And there we go. Now let's go ahead and listen to this piano part. Wonderful. I think we can add a little bit more personality to this piano. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? I'm imagining this piano sort of like an old man. He's a little bit of wobble to his step, but he's very energetic, very enjoyable still. So let's go ahead and emulate that. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go ahead and open an EQ. And with this, it allows us to modify the audio so that we can bring up things and bring down things. And so in this case, I want to bring down the high end. Bring down the high end just like that. Oh, maybe, let's just have some fun. Let's go ahead and carve out a little mountain here. Let's go ahead and draw a little mountain. And maybe in our world, there's a little peak here, a little valley there, a little dip here. Maybe there's an ocean here and a lake here. Who knows? Let your imagination go wild. And just like that, we've given our pianos a little bit more of an older characteristic, kind of like it sounds like it's coming out of an old telephone. And that's exactly what we want. So let's go ahead and, I don't know, let me add some more characteristics to this. I'm thinking of adding a old vinyl record type of sound. So let's go ahead and add that. So what I'm going to use Fruity Delay 3 for this. And what we're going to use is we're actually not going to use this for its delay function. We're going to actually pay attention to this modulation tab over here. But first, I want to disable all the delays. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to turn down the dry signal, keep the wet signal by itself. I'm going to turn down the level and then turn down the time. And this is because I don't want the signal to be delayed. Now, I just want to modify the pitch of the original signal. So let's go ahead and increase the time, increase the rate, and let's just listen to what we have so far. Perfect. And if you weren't able to hear that, let me go ahead and exaggerate this just so that you can hear exactly what it's doing. Isn't that a meme? That's perfect. Let's go ahead and dial that back just a little bit so that we have what we had originally. Wonderful. Now that that piano part is done, I'm going to go ahead and, oh, what do we want in our world? Maybe in our world. Oh, we have these baseline parts. Let's go ahead and add that baseline part. Let's go ahead and name this baseline. I'm going to go ahead and maybe, let's go ahead and, oh, that sample pack that we use. Very convenient. Let's go ahead and use that. Let's go ahead and take this baseline right here. Take it and just drag and go. There you go. Got to make that sound or else it don't work. Let's go ahead and continue on, shall we? Let's go ahead and zoom in here. And now we have ourselves a very, very solid baseline. Now, isn't that a very solid baseline? Let's go ahead and add that in. Let's go ahead and close this out. I'm going to go ahead and take my paintbrush tool again and just click on my baseline pattern. And maybe it lives right there, right where it says start here. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and play them both together and see what they sound like. Wonderful. I think they complement each other very well. I think the bass line is a little bit too loud though. So let's go ahead and tame this boy down just a little bit. Turn down the volume just a little bit. We don't want the bass line to be overpowering the old man now, do we? Wonderful, just like that. And the majority of music making is just a sense of balance and control. So we don't want one sound to be too overpowering, but we also don't want the other sounds to be too quiet either. So making music is a very fine line of balance and control. So now let's see, what else do we want in our world? Oh, I think we should add a percussion, a solid percussion line. Yeah. Let's go ahead and, I don't know, let's add a hi-hat. Let's get a hi-hat up in here. Let's go ahead and click on this. Type in hi-hat. Let's also give it a home. Track 4. Hi-hat. Let's go ahead and use that hi-hat brown from before in our color palette. There you go. Wonderful. Now that we have a pattern and we've given it a home, let's go ahead and put something there. So let's go ahead and, let's go ahead and let's do something fun. Here's our bravery test. I'm going to go ahead and instead of actually putting it down note by note, let's go ahead and play it. This is our little bravery test here and see if we can do that. I'm going to go ahead and take this pattern. I'm going to put it right here. Maybe it lives right there in section A, just like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and press record. And I'm going to record notes and automation. I'm going to turn on my metronome to make sure that I'm in time. And now we're going to be using Addictive Drums 2 for this one. And you're probably wondering, Genuine, this is not a native FL Studio plugin. Why are you letting us use this instead of something else? And you're right, this isn't a native FL Studio plugin. But it is a free plugin that you can use because technically we are using a free trial that works indefinitely. So, because it's a free trial that's indefinite and it never expires, we can use it for our track and we can always use it. And I really like this drum just because it has a more of a realistic characteristic to it. The drums, as you can hear, the harder I press on the note, the louder it becomes, much like a human playing a drum kit. And it adds a little bit more of a natural sound. And that's what we're going for in this mix. So let's go ahead and use that. I'm going to go ahead and just, let's have some fun. This is our bravery test. Let's go ahead and try it. Let's have some fun. And just like that, we have our very, very solid hi-hat part. So as you can hear, there are a little bit of things that need tweaking, but in our world, we don't make mistakes. We just have happy accidents. Let's go ahead and tweak these little critters. Let's go ahead and come here. Come down here. Let me show you. Let's go ahead and this hi-hat percussion area down here. I'm going to go ahead and select it all. And I'm going to go ahead and come here. And then we go here to this little wrench tool. And we go ahead and we have two options here. We have the choice to quick quantize, or we have the choice to add a little bit of more humanistic qualities, but also quantize. So what we're going to be doing instead of quick quantizing, we can always customize our quantizing. So it also adds a little bit of that humanistic characteristic of things not being perfectly in time. So maybe in our world, I don't know, maybe just like right there. Maybe in our world, it's just slightly perfect, but not too perfect, In our world, we can do whatever we want. It's our world. And if your world doesn't look like mine, it's okay. It doesn't have to look like mine because yours is better. Yours is better. Let's go ahead and put this in. Let's listen to what we have so far. Much, much more solid. It also still has that little humanistic feeling, and I really like that. I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and spice this hi hat up a little bit. Let's make it more unique. Maybe in our world, there's an open hi hat somewhere here. Maybe in our world, it's right there. Maybe let's go ahead and put a little friend. Let's put his friend right here. Let's listen to how that sounds. Yeah, in your world, you can put anything anywhere. If you envision it, chances are it might belong there. Let's go ahead and let's add a few more here. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more friends here. And just like that, we have a very, very solid hi-hat section. Let's go ahead and, I don't know. Maybe in our world, there's something that belongs right here. It seems like it wants something here. Let's go ahead and add that something. So over here, let's go ahead and, I don't know, maybe, let's use our Tomtanium White. Let's go ahead and add Tom's. I'm going to give it a little home. Name it Tom's. There you go. Make a customized home just for it. And now we can always, what am I envisioning here? Let's go. I think I know exactly what I want here. Something like that, a little bit of a roll. But conveniently, I've already done that for us. So let's go ahead and take this, click it, and drag it. Ooh, look at this boy. He just wants to be in the project real bad. See him jumping around. And now let's go ahead and check to see if it fits. Wonderful. It does fit, but it's a little loud. He was pretty jumpy. We wanted to get in the project really bad. Let's go ahead and tame him down just a little bit. He's a little too excited here. Let's go and bring him down just a little bit. We're trying to make a little relaxed world. He's a little bit too bright. So let's go ahead and tame him down just a little bit. There you go. Exactly what we want. Perfect. Let's go ahead and add a few more things. Oh, let's see. What is maybe in our world? I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, we can always use these permanent rims. Let's go ahead and add a rim. Let's go ahead and do that. Maybe in our world, let's put in the 2 and the 4. Not in every single bee. Let's go ahead and take our paintbrush tool and zoom in just a little bit here, and with your paintbrush, gently just click and just like that. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and modify this last bit here. Just trim it down just like that. Give it a little haircut, if you will. Now come back. Let's listen to what we have so far. Wonderful. I think that rim fits perfectly in there. Let's go ahead and add a separate section on the second half. I don't want to use the rim again. It's got enough spotlight. Let's go ahead and give the rim a home first before we do anything. Don't want to abandon our little friend here. Give it a permanent rim red. Let's go ahead and let's use that snare green from before. Yeah, let's do snare. Let's give it a home. Let's give it a home. Let's do, yeah, snare green. Make sure to name our home first or else it'll get lost. Let's go ahead and add it on again on the 2 and on the 4. Let's go ahead and take our paintbrush tool from before. Just like that. Put it on section B. Make sure it's lined up and gently just tap and just like that. Now let's go ahead and come back and let's just listen to see how the snare fits within everything. The snare is actually pretty all right. There's some things that I would tweak just a little bit though. I feel like just to add an extra bit of flair to it, let's go ahead and move this just a little bit. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that there. And I'm going to show you a little bit of a secret. Let's go ahead and come here. Come here. Let me show you. So I'm going to go ahead and take the snare. I'm going to borrow this little house just a little bit. I'm going to expand it just a little bit and watch what happens. So here's a little secret. I'm going to use the scroll wheel on my mouse, and I'm also going to hold shift and watch what happens if I scroll up or scroll down. See that little wiggle? See, it's just like jumping around. It's moving around. See that? What we're going to do is we're going to go and take that little thing there. See, the snare is a little friend. Let's go ahead and listen to what that sounds like now. That snare being that close together, it just sounds like a little brap, right? You know, and it's really nice, and it's a little secret between us. Shh, you don't want to tell anyone. It's our little secret. It's our little secret. Now with that, let's check the other ones. Just go ahead and remove that. Perfect, just the way we want it. Now let's go ahead and what accompanies percussion? What has a solid foundation? Let's go ahead and let's add a big old kick, mighty kick drum. Let's go ahead and let's do that. Let's just do that. Do exactly that. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know, maybe in our world he lives here, and he might live here, and he also has a neighbor right here, and we can go ahead and take our brush, just gently come here and just cut across, just like that. Let's give it a home. Track 8 is its home. Let's go ahead and name a kick, and we'll give it a lizard kicks, and let's come here, just like that. There you go. It has a spot to live now. Let's listen to what it sounds like. I have a perfect idea for this section. Let's go ahead and oop, not in. I don't want to chop your friends up now. I just want to chop up you for a little bit. Let's go ahead and borrow you for a second. Let's go ahead and take you and put him right here, right along here. Maybe in our world he lives right there, like that, just like so. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. Let's go ahead and copy this. Let's go ahead and put him right here. Maybe in our world he lives right there. His friends lives right there. They're just like next door neighbors. Look at that. Let's go ahead and modify this section a little bit. I want to make it a little bit more unique. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and borrow this place just a little bit. Maybe in our world he lives right there. Yeah, maybe he lives right there. I don't know. What the heck? Just like that. That's perfect. Great. Now we have a very, very solid foundation for our percussion section. Let's go ahead and, oh, what other colors do we have? Let's see. Ooh, we got Beltree Blue. Let's go ahead and use Beltree Blue. We haven't used this one yet. I'm going to go ahead. Let's listen to what it sounds like first. Beautiful sound. I know exactly where to put it. Let's go ahead and drag and drop it in here. And let's go ahead and get and name its home. Let's go ahead and name it Beltree. Let's give it a Beltree Blue. Perfect. Maybe in our world he lives right here. Just a little bit, just like its kick. Just right there next to the kick. They're best friends. Let them be best friends. Oh, here's his best friend again. Let's go ahead and make him a little shorter here. Let's put them right next to each other, just like that. Let's listen to what we have so far. Let's listen to what this sounds like. That Beltree is mighty loud. Let's go ahead and tame him down. He's a little bit too excited. It's okay to be excited. We'll tame you down just a little bit. Let's go ahead and lower you just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add an EQ. I'm going to reduce the high end here. This Beltree is a little bit too excited to be right next to his best friend Kick, right? Gotta tame him down just a little bit. I think that fits wonderfully. And again, in our world, it's more of, with music production, it's more of just trying to find the balance between the sounds. And so having like each sound in your world, trying to envision that sound as a person or an item within your world is very, very nice. It gives you a visual representation of how important is that sound within your world. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more sounds into our world. Let's see. Ooh, we haven't used Crash Yellow yet. Let's go ahead and add Crash Yellow. I'm going to go ahead and take it in. Let's go ahead and see what it sounds like. Now that's a mighty crash cymbal. Let's go ahead and take that and drag it in right here. Drag him in right here. Maybe in our world he lives right here. Right there. Right there. Just like with everyone else. And oh, what the heck. Maybe we'll just mix in that alizarin kicks in right there too. What the heck. You know what? While we're at it, let's go ahead and maybe in our world we'll just take this hi-hat. Maybe it wants to be right here. Who knows? Let's go ahead and listen to what that sounds like. Tame the crash cymbal, because I already know from the very start he's going to be a mighty crash cymbal. Maybe in our world he also lives right here. Beautiful. Maybe he wants to be friends with the Kicks and the Beltrees too. Let's just let them be friends. Wonderful. I think they make great friends. Look at them just cuddling up together. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and name this one. Let's go ahead and name it Crash. Give it that Crash Yellow. Just enter it right there. Wonderful. Now this is the fun part. Are you ready for this? Now we gotta add the melody. The melody is the most fun part in my opinion. But in general, music is fun. I love music, but nothing gets your heart beating and your excitement going up as much as adding a melody on top of everything you've just done. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and click this plus. We're going to go ahead and type in guitar. There you go, guitar. Yeah, he lives right, I don't know, maybe in our world he lives right here with everyone else. The piano and the guitar and the bass line, very, very good friends. So I do have the MIDI file in here that we can drag and drop, just like we did with the piano and the bass line, but that's no fun. That's no fun. Let's go ahead and, you know what? Let's do a little bravery test. Let's go ahead and go here. Let's enable the metronome. I'm going to go ahead and record our session just like we did with the hi-hat. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Wonderful. And just like that, we have ourselves a really nice guitar melody. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and modify this little guitar. He seems pretty happy. Let's go ahead and make him happier. We want him to fit in with everybody. So let's go ahead and tweak this instrument a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and simply add an EQ. And let's go ahead and trim down this area. Yeah, he's a little too bright. Let's go ahead and mighty bright. Let's go ahead and bring that down. Yeah, maybe in his world, he has a little bit of a roundish shape to him. Let's go ahead and let's add something else. Ooh, I'm envisioning a reverb, giving him some space. Sounds a little echoey. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see, what do we want? Let's increase the wetness. I'm gonna make it decay a little bit longer. Increase the low cut. I don't want the echo to be in the bottom half of the frequency. Increase the high cut. I want the reverb to echo throughout the whole entire frequency. Let's give him some space. Stereo separation is always nice. And let's go ahead and hear what we have so far. I think that fits very well. Let's go ahead and modify the guitar just a little bit. So I'm going to double click on this, and I think this guitar sounds good on its own, but let's go ahead and give it some friends. I think everybody needs a friend. Let's go ahead, maybe the D6, maybe his friend is a good old solid F. And the C may be a good old solid E flat. Let's add an E flat. And maybe in our world, let's go ahead and give it a D. There you go. And I'm going to go ahead and hold control on my keyboard, click with my mouse to select, drag, and then just lower the volume of these. They're their friends. They're there to support the main notes. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to reduce the volume of this here. Let's go ahead and listen to what it sounds like. Oh, maybe let's go ahead and bring that down here. Maybe it might fit better. There you go. Oh, maybe in our world, maybe these two notes. The D going down to a C. Maybe in our world, let's take the paintbrush tool. Let's see, we got I don't know, an A sharp or a B flat. See, like with music, it's all sorts of experimentation. With every note that you add, you almost never know what you're going to get yourself into. But that's the fun part. Let's go ahead and select, and I'm gonna lower the volume of this just a little bit. Go ahead and let's just play what we have so far. I think that fits very, very well. Yeah, I think that's a very, very solid guitar part. Very nice. And with that, I think the song is far enough along. We'll just go ahead and sign this. And you can pop up this window open by pressing F11 near your keyboard. And you can go ahead and name it whatever you want. This is your song. You can do whatever you want with this song. And I'm going to put in my name here. And we can go ahead and exit that. And once you're done, you can always export this project. You can go up here to File, and then you can go ahead and click on one of these. You can click on Export, click on WAV, MP3, or any file format you want. I often use WAV just because it's the highest quality possible. And so you can click on WAV, and you can share it with all your friends and tell them that you made this just yourself because you did. Now, with that, I think the old clock on the wall tells me that it's time for me to go. So, from all of us here, I wish you a happy production and happy music making, and God bless.